have very unique elective opportunities. Now, if you go to a larger school, you might find opportunities that are similar to that, and you might find more. But for a school our size, to have a student-run radio station, a TV production studio, a STEM lab, and a 4-year STEM program ending in the capstone, to have an African American literature class that's an elective, to have some of the art offerings in graphic design, to have the theater we have, to have 4 different theater classes now, to have the band program we have, to have the music program we have, in addition to 7 AP classes and the various, Rachel touched on one of the honors classes that has prepared her for college, and I think, if they had more time, they'd talk about many of their upper level classes that they've taken that have prepared them for some very highly selective schools. Those schools that you guys mentioned, all of the schools, those are not easy schools to get in. You need to have not just the high GPA, which they have, not just high test scores, which they have, which Streetsboro has helped prepare them for, but also many of those schools do a holistic review and look at the students as individuals and what they're involved in and who they are as a person. So we are very unique in that sense, and also you've heard the many different things that they've done. If you go to many larger schools, and this is not a knock on any larger schools, yes, there might be a greater number of electives, but with our size, and we're not teeny tiny, but we are in a very unique position where students can be involved in multiple opportunities, multiple electives. You can be on the TV and be a wrestler. You can do multiple sports. We had a few years ago, the lead in the play was the second leading scorer in the county for basketball. That doesn't happen everywhere, and it really does enrich the lives of our students, of our staff, and of our community. Jim Boardman is going to talk in a moment a little more detail about this. We both live here. He's had kids come through here who've had those opportunities. I mean, you guys know me. Many of you have met my 3 daughters, for better or for worse, and that's what I'm looking for my students. I'm blessed to get to be a part of it as a staff member, and I feel incredibly blessed to see the opportunities for my children. They're probably not going to be a 1,000-point scorer. I don't know if they'll have the academic credentials of Navi. They're not going to be wrestlers like Caden, I can tell you that. But I want them to have those as options. And I think we do a pretty good job at the school providing those options for students. I said, and I really believe this, Jim and I are, I don't want to say we're in a unique position because there are many similar to us, but as a staff member and a community member, this levy is very personal for us, and really hoping for the support of PTA and the community. Are we perfect as a school? No, and honestly, if I told them, I said, hey, you got 5 minutes, tell us what's wrong, I bet they could come up with a few things. We are not, why I say that though is we are not perfect. However, we are doing a lot of things well, and this levy is going to help us continue to do that. So I do encourage everyone to support it, and if there are things, please don't hesitate though to reach out. Have your voice heard, but having your voice heard, we need to make sure it's a yes vote, and then we have our voice heard in other means, by whether it be email. Listen, email me, call me anytime. I have no problem with that. Okay? Thank you very much. Take it away, Jim.